Hi everyone, it's Leanne. Thanks for joining me today. And it's a beautiful day. It's sunny in Sydney, and I'm on camera and I don't like it. Let me just move the camera a tiny bit. There we go. What's that like? Anyway, I've got this cardboard here I've made into a journal, as you can see. Here it is. Cover, and all I'm doing is Mod Podging the inside with some vintage paper book paper from an old book. That's all I'm doing, and I haven't been too fussed about the way oops, my fingers are starting to stick. Not too fussed about the way it is put down or cut or anything like that, but I make sure it's all down. Some of this paper's a little brittle because of its age, but overall it's okay. Alright, continue. I was doing this off camera and I thought I'd better just show you what I'm doing. This is going to be a journal, and if anyone um, watches now what's her name? Is it Robin Dudley Howe? I think that's her name. She is doing this, but she's doing it a little bit different and I thought I'd follow along with her because A, she wants us to, and B, I like the idea. And she used, now what do you call them? Was it toilet rolls? She recycled some toilet rolls, which is a good idea. You can come up with a million ideas probably on how to use toilet rolls if you put your mind to it. But gee, I keep making that same mistake. Just get some scissors and hold it. She came up with the idea of, well, she's followed along herself with another YouTuber. So it's all good. We all share. It doesn't matter whether this is upside down or because it's going to get some gesso on it. So this is mainly, I think, to give it a cover and to strengthen it and to give something the gesso to latch onto. I think that's what I think. But she followed along with the YouTuber. Go over to her channel. She is a lovely woman. Robin. She's a teacher and she has some great ideas. I like her. So you can go over to her channel. Robin Dudley Howe. Howe. Yep, I think that's it. So all I'm doing is planting this down with some Mod Podge. Oops, I didn't know I didn't have any there. And that's all I'm doing. And this is really good to relax. Just put some Mod Podge or PVA water down a little bit and put some paper down and just Mod Podge. Excuse me. Now, I've been sick with the flu. Has anyone been suffering that? Really bad. Really, really sick. Thought I might have had to call an ambulance. At one point I was that sick. So ill. But I think I'm just on the mend, but I'm so sick still. It's a little bit more to cope with now. I'm coping better with it, I think, or I'm getting better, so I'm coping more with it. I'm going to put these so they poke out so I can cut them off. Okay. Do a long one. Put that right on the edge. Okay. Now we've got to do the other side as well. Right. So that's done. Voila. Ta-da! Okay, so we can all do that. We can get some paper, even stuff we get in the mail. What do you call it? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. And we can just put it down over some cardboard, some, paper. Doesn't really matter. Just do that, and then we can let it dry, and then we can paint it and do all sorts of things. So I do have to do the other side. Now, so what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to go offline, or I'm going to switch the camera off to dry it, then to do the other side, and then I'll come back. And then we're going to use some gesso, just some gesso, and I'm going to scrape it on with my card. It's an old license. Oops, can't show you. And scrape it on. And then once it's all dry, we'll be able to do all that, and then the front is finished. So that will be good. Okay, and I'm going to do it similar. I was just thinking, I was going to do it similar to the little tags I made. I'm going to Mod Podge it, dry it off, then spray it with some distressing ink. You could put any colour on it, or you could use what do you call it, an ink pad, and just go over it in any colour, or a few colours. Doesn't really matter. So that's what I'm going to do. So I will switch off now and come straight back, and it'll only seem like one to you. 1 second. See you in a moment. Hi, I'm back. And that took some work. I wonder why my scissors are hot. They feel hot. It's a bit of a warm day. There you go. I've finished. I've Mod Podged both sides like that. Now, I've got to put gesso on. So, which is my front? Let me see. Doesn't really matter, does it? I'll do this as the outside, which it is, I think. And we'll get our gesso going. And then I think I'll call it a day. Right, now let's get some gesso going. Just scrape it on, start somewhere. Get it all over. It's a really nice effect. I love this effect with gesso. So just apply it all over your work. My youngest son turned 34 a couple of days ago. He's my youngest baby. And my big baby is turning 39 next week. Boy, oh boy, I didn't think I'd live to see the day when I had a son that old. I still feel like I'm 18. But I'm in a wheelchair now, so that really dates me. You know, I'm getting old. I'm only 60. But it really dates you, doesn't it? When your children start to get into their 30s, then their 40s. My Lord, you know, you think to yourself, wow. I remember when I was that age. What was the biggest single difference between my age then and their age now? Different time, of course, but I think I was a lot more responsible. I had kids when I was young, which I think is a good thing to do. Maybe not now, different time. But back then, it's good to have your kids young, if that's what you wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to do. And there we go. That's done it. And he turns 34 anyway, my youngest son, and I made him a fruit bowl, a vintage fruit bowl I got from Salvation Army. It was a vintage one. And I put all this fresh fruit on it and a mug saying he's the best son. My favourite, no, not my favourite, but one of my best sons. And then I gave him some black tea with it and also a $300 gift voucher. So, or gift card, I should say. In this country, they're called gift cards. And he wanted it to Target, so I got it to Target because he's moving. And that looks pretty good. And anyway, I was reminiscing with my grandson. It's funny because I call him Callum sometimes, which is my youngest son's name, Callum. Beautiful, strong, I think it's Scottish name, Callum. And Callum, I keep calling my grandson Callum. I get confused. Well, I'm not confused. It's just that he was the baby of our family, so I sometimes tend to call my grandson Callum, which is, you know, funny in itself, but perfectly understandable why I do it. Anyway, that's that. I think that's pretty good. Okay. I'll just put that, actually, no, I'm going to put it back down where I had it. Because I'm going to dry this, turn it over. So I will be right back for that. If I can get my computer to call. Right, I'm right back and I have finished. Still a little wet. We have to let it dry overnight. Front and back done. All in gesso and that. So I'm going to let that dry. And we will come back to tomorrow. And when it's dry, we'll do the next step. I have to watch her video for that because she does it in stages herself. Although I've done it in one stage because I didn't have to sew the toilet rolls together, I used cardboard from a lid or something, or from a box. She used toilet rolls, and she machine sewed, you know, the what do you call them, vertical lines, put them all together in the horizontal, and she had one big motherboard, as people say. And I haven't done that. I've used cardboard and got rid of that step because, well, I don't have the time. Everything's packed up. I'm moving again. So I decided that that was the next best thing to use. So, and I think we all have to do that. We have to adjust the ways we do things. And can you see the cardboard, how it's going to turn out? It's going to turn out like that. Okay, when it's dry, that is. Still a little bit wet, still a little bit gooey. I've dried it as best I can, but it's taking a while. So I might put it outside for a while. Yes, I put things outside to dry, depending on the weather. Anyway, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. If you live in the western suburbs of Sydney, please drop me a line and comment on anything you like. I'm not fussed. And please have a great day and a happy day. Bye for now.